he's saying that it's so important right now to depolarize, and therefore depolarize your phones and your computers and your televisions and whatever systems of communication that you're using. It's so important. He's really here today for us to help us break through, in a way, the sound barrier, the fear barrier that separates us from that sense of connection with all the individuals around the world who are focused on peace. Hello everyone, welcome to Soul Weather, your mid-month energy check-in. I'm Dany Lyne. I'm an intuitive, and for the last 20 years, I've been co-creating wellness and aligned manifestation with folks worldwide, physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. In this series, I'm going to tap us into the main energy through line so that we can alchemize the expansions and the contractions of the life force into our sacred flow. Join my YouTube channel to get your mid-month energy check-in. Good evening for you guys in North America, and welcome to the morning here in Bali. Welcome to those of you joining who are my neighbors or friends and folks in the community here. Welcome. There's been a lot going on in the world, a lot of upheavals, a lot of intensity, a lot of uncertainty, and unfortunately also a lot of suffering in the last month. So just holding space for some of what you've seen, you've heard, you've compassionately witnessed. And I'm channeling Sri Yukteswar this morning, and we'll see if somebody else pipes in, but I'm starting off with Sri Yukteswar. And he very much, this morning in my meditation, when he announced himself, he said, we've got to help calm people down. Because yes, there has been a lot of intensity, lots of drama, and again, with it, the suffering and the violence. And yet, he comes in to say, yes, there's a lot of that, but there's also a lot of people tapping in to the energy in their heart of hearts. And there are many, 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 many of you around the world who, although all of this intensity is happening, are nonetheless going to deeper levels of awareness, deeper levels of compassion, deeper levels of self-awareness. So many people are doing really, really important work. The energy has been very powerful. It's been a very intense, transition to the fire element, the solstice. We're in the peak of the fire season, and unfortunately with a lot of unhealthy and unbalanced fire in the mix. That said, for all of that hoopla, there is the precious, precious hoopla that's happening deep in your being. The level of renovation that's happening in individuals who are showing up with mindfulness and with loving kindness for all beings in the world. It's a revolution. And the term velvet revolution, when there's no violence, there's more of that going on than the disharmony. And so Sri Yukteswar is very intent on helping you tune in to the vibration of people like yourselves, but also people all around the world in all of their different bandwidths and all of their different belief systems and all of their different cultures and all of their different realities, whether that be economic and socioeconomic and geopolitical and what have you, all of that, to transcend the sense of you yourself and connect with the body of this community worldwide who are actually showing up with love, with courage, with compassion, with kindness, and with a will that is aligning with a greater will that will bring on the essence of greater good and peace for as many of us as we can possibly manage, and hopefully all of us. So he's really, through the vibration of fear, of whatever disruption, of worry, of concern, of panic, wherever you are on the spectrum, if there is that kind of vibration in you, he's really here today for us to help us break through, in a way, the sound barrier, the fear barrier that separates us from that sense of connection with all the individuals around the world who are focused on peace, whether it be their inner peace or whether they're activists and in whatever way they're involved with outer peace. So allowing for this energy right now to come through to the layers of wherever this level of disruption that's happened, whether it's in your nervous system, your stress hormones being activated, the sense of connection to a narrative that might be polarized. Just allowing to come in and to acknowledge wherever there is that kind of disruption and perhaps even polarization that's taking hold. And just coming past that into that sense of connection. And he's saying this is where we are a forest. And he's saying, let's go back to the base of our trees. Let's go back to our roots and how our roots interconnect throughout the entire planet. The roots of each of our sacred trees, he's showing me, just like the roots of the trees, are the ones who stabilize the earth. Right? When we clear cut forests and we remove trees, what do we have? We have massive erosion of the land. So wood as an element, right, deep into your being and deep into the earth, has the capacity to interconnect us, but also to show us to what degree we can hold this planet together. If we stabilize our ecosystems and align with our sacred tree, we have the capacity to stabilize the planet and all the beings on it. He's reminding me that I just read a book about somebody who's chosen to retire in Ubud and talks about what it is to retire in a developing country, you know, and why don't they fix the sidewalks and why don't they have traffic lights. And then, my favorite line in the book, which Sri Yukteswar is reminding me, is there is no they. There's just a we, there's just us. So whenever you go they, it's like come into the tree, come into your roots and send those roots out further, deeper than you ever have before. He's showing me that it's good to do all the trauma work. It's good to look at all the ways in which we've been victimized in our lives. But if we are in victim mentality, we do not understand this power that we have to stabilize the earth. She stabilizes us, and we stabilize the whole environment of the planet. It's teamwork. So it's to remember that as human beings, we have the power to be aligned. Even though if you look around the world, you can have a limited market survey of things and kind of lose hope for, what the hell are we up to and what have we been up to for a few centuries. Go deeper in that market survey and know that this energy in your heart of hearts is so powerful. And if we've had the honor of human lives, if we have the honor of being alive right now, we have the opportunity to grow and to learn and to be closer to our heart of hearts. And Sri Yukteswar is reminding us that the heart chakra is connected to the air element. And just to go further into this, once we have our roots into the earth and we're stabilizing the earth, there's nothing more, in a way, tangible in our experience than that of breathing air. And we're all breathing a shared airspace, and we're all exhaling in that shared airspace. As, in a way, abstract as air is, try to hold your breath for a minute and you're going to know there's nothing abstract about it. It's so tangible. We live with it. We inhabit that space. And of course, for meditation, the breath is, for so many different practices around the world, is the bridge to this united consciousness where there's deep respect and honor in the world for all living beings. So he's saying, for all the hot air that comes out of some people's mouths, it's like, remember the fabric of air itself as the unifying force for inner peace and for peace. It is the element and the bridge to non-polarization, to non-duality even. So he's saying that it's so important right now to depolarize, and therefore depolarize your phones and your computers and your televisions and whatever systems of communication that you're using. It's so important to access information that's not coming through a polarized lens. It's good to be informed, and it's really terrible to be misinformed. And he's saying that in choosing very judiciously the kinds of spaces that you're occupying, you will help this fire element within you to calm down so that panic isn't the go-to. he's showing me too that it's not just, news media and those kinds of systems of information distribution, if you want. He's saying it's really happening even in the New Age environment, even in all sorts of environments. There's a lot of high drama narratives being played out, even if they are aligning with what seems to be ascension or whatever it is. He's reminding me of an expression that I often use. It's like, bring down the number of exclamation marks on all the information and on all your thoughts, positive and negative, or however you're evaluating them. So he says, when we're adding exclamation marks to our narrative in whatever form, whether it's our personal narratives, familial, professional, political, he says it's like we're adding a lot of that hot air that stimulates that fire and throws the fire into excess. So the hot air doesn't just come out of certain politicians' mouths. It comes out in your own thoughts and how you're formulating the world and how you're creating your statements about the world and your ideas about the world as well. And the less exclamation marks we have, the more we're actually going to regulate our breath and our interaction, our inhale and our exhale, with this field of energy which knows harmony is harmony itself. He's saying that, he's showing me, like, in modernity, in our minds, when we say, oh my God, it's so real, like that's real, what we're referring to usually is a disharmony, an expression of disharmony. That's when we say, oh, it's getting really real, And he's saying there's something about harmony that's become unreal. And yet harmony is the very thing that orchestrates all of life. It's harmony that fundamentally creates the possibility of you even being alive. What's not real about a baby being born? Like, it doesn't get more real than that. Right? And what's not real about being you post-birth and all the way on your journey till now? So he's saying we've sort of psychologically, and how we're conceptualizing the world and how we're inhabiting a kind of cosmology. Disaster and violence and danger have become more real than the fundamental expression of harmony, whether it's expressing as kindness, as compassion, as integrity, honesty, creativity, intellectual activity, your heart songs. He's saying the most real thing that you'll ever experience in your life is that current of energy that moves through you, that animates you, first of all, to be alive physically, but then animates you to be alive emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, and connected to your heart song, connected to your genius, connected to that amazing magic that lives in you, that is beneficial to you, supports your ecology. on all levels, physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, but also then supports the ecology of all the people around you and at large, if we think of the world. He's showing me that on a medicine wheel, the fire tends to also attract a lot of attention. It's a very exciting element. But he's showing me that in every medicine wheel, there's all the other elements. And if the other elements aren't in balance, well, neither will the fire, right? That fundamentally life itself, the building blocks of life are a team. Fire and water are the central axis for most of the systems around the world. But then you have air and you have ether and you have earth and wood and metal and all sorts of things depending on where we are, the mineral world, etc. And it's all about balance. So harmony is always inherently teamwork. It's additive, not subtractive. So he's saying right now it's very important to connect with the aspects of us that have the tendency to emphasize the narrative of being alone. The sense of isolation, aloneness, ostracization, whatever form, however gentle it is or however perhaps violent it is. He's saying in the element of air, in your heart, even, pardon me, but even when the shit's hitting the fan, in whatever way, the air element in your heart has the capacity, is inherently connected to everything. And this is where, what is that everything to you? And he's proposing today that you could call that everything harmony and the teamwork of harmony. And where have you separated yourself from your capacity to work in a team, to feel connected to other people, to have the capacity to reach out and connect with like-minded people? He's saying this is a time to really reach out, seek like-minded people, seek inspiration, seek connection. And so we're back to those roots in our trees. And, we're not in our own flower pots. We are in a forest. And we are interconnected with the entire planet, with the beings all over the world who are alive now, who were alive 14,000 years ago. We're all connected. And he's saying whatever your trip is, it's like look for the thing that works for you, that starts making that more real to you. More real than the stories of disharmony that preoccupy you. More real than all your exclamation marks. More real than your victimization. So in a way, he's right. He's showing me. He's saying it's like I'm not talking about God here. I'm not talking about Allah. I'm not talking about the concepts of godliness or divine incarnations, whether it's Buddha, whatever. He's saying, how about we look at that connection to the fundamental principle of harmony. And harmony brings different elements together, whether it's literally elemental consciousness and capacity in a medicine wheel, or whether it's different cultures coming together in an agreement for peace, whether, right? It's harmony in and of itself is bringing different pieces of a puzzle together into a cohesive, powerful engine of regeneration. Life is organized by the fundamental principle and harmony, by the fundamental principle of regeneration. It's never too late. It's never out of reach. It's never, whatever your story is of never, it kind of never is that, because it's the fundamental principle of life itself. So how do you let those crusty pieces of you that have a different narrative of that reinforces disharmony and dematerializes harmony and reverse it around, dematerialize disharmony and materialize harmony? And he's saying that's in whatever way that manifests for you in your life right now. You've got the clay that you can work with to exercise this principle of the formless coming into form, and that fundamentally, that form, when it's aligned and with integrity, with respect, with compassion, inherently respects all living beings and supports every living being and your every cell in your being. He's saying by virtue of being alive, you've got this, and if you remember, he's bringing back his magic wand. By virtue of being alive, you are that magic wand. And that magic wand can be lit and create that magic of harmony. Don't forget that. And don't let anything or anyone convince you otherwise, ever. By virtue of being alive, you carry that spark. And it behooves you to allow that spark to express in whatever ways it wishes to express for you, based on your genius, based on your aptitudes, your interests, based on what turns your crank, and whatever helps you get up in the morning to embrace this big, beautiful, shared experiment that we're co-creating together. Yeah, blessings on your magic wands, everyone. Keep them lit and don't let them burn crazy. Let them burn good. Blessings.
शांति शांति शांति।